Today I'm going to be teaching you the very basics and beginners of guitar. Um, so first I'm going to run through the vocabulary. This whole thing is called the neck or the board, and this is the head, this is the body. The spaces in between are also called frets, and that is where you'll be like placing your fingers when you play the guitar. And on this guitar and most guitars, the intervals for like the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, and 12th frets are all marked. They're like the placeholders for your guitar. And they're all marked with dots. And so each fret is labeled 1, 2, 3, and so on. And each one of your fingers are gonna like basically have names. So it's just gonna be first finger, which is your pointer, second, third, and fourth, not counting your thumb because your thumb will be behind the fretboard. The strings will also have names. So the first string is E. The second string after that is A. The third string after that is D. Fourth string is G. Fifth string is B. And the sixth string is high E. So now I'm going to be going through the position, and one very important thing about guitar is making sure your feet are flat on the ground and that the neck and the head are higher up than the body. That'll make it easier on your wrist and your fingers for when you play. You also want to make sure that your elbow is tucked in, and you want to make sure your thumb is behind each of the frets when you are playing. That just helps maintain pressure and keeps it stable. Okay, so the very last step is your pick. You want to hold your guitar pick in between your pointer and your thumb, and the pick should be an extension of the pointer finger. So now I'm going to teach you the 4 most basic chords that you can find in a vast majority of songs. So the first chord is E, which has your second finger on the A string, on the 2nd fret, your third finger on the D string of the 2nd fret, and your first finger on the G string of the 1st fret. And that chord sounds like this. And next is A, which is very simple. It's all on the 2nd fret, your first finger on the D string, your second finger on the G string, and your third finger on the B string, all on the 2nd fret. So that's going to sound like this. And an important distinction is you need to mute the first string with your thumb, and that means just ever so slightly touching the string with your thumb, and that just makes A, which is this note, the roots and the first note that you hear. So it's an A chord. Next is G, which is probably the most common. You're going to put your second finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, your first finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then your third finger all the way down on the 3rd fret of high E. So that's going to sound like this. C. So you're going to leave first string open, or E string open, and then put your third finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, your second finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then your first finger on the 1st fret of the B string. And you're again gonna want to mute the first string. So it's gonna sound like this. So those were the beginning steps of how to play guitar. Thanks for watching.